No, it ain't, no, it. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I'm from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from.
My, oh my, Ajayi. It's the coach, and this is dead980's on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Jay Ajayi, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons, as they get set to match up against the New York Jets. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's the Jets punter now. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just try to do your job, right? Try to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. They'll roll him out right. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
Here we go now.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Darnold on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defense.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And able to find Dorsett. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Darnold to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run with a J. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Is able to put it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This will be fielded at the 8.
Return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man win.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now the pitch to Freeman. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now it's Ajayi. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From his own goal line, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st down, Darnold. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Darnold on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Ajayi, 1st down and more. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
21.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with a Johnny. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. Here's 2nd and 7 now. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Ryan to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Green 39! Green 39!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. To the right side to Eric Ebron. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A first down throw, Darnold. Called in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
First down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Left side, it's Dorsett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They run with Ajayi. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now let's go! Blue landed!
Here's Darnold now on second down, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brian Poole, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. They toss to Freeman. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Hey, South! 11! Hey, Tuesday!
Throwing on third and long. Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. And remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Well, you talk about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team. And he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they're through the interception and finish off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one's going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth.
Face mask. Defense.
when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now
down.
your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He got 29 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Darnold, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Here we go. Blue, line it. Blue.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here's Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now it's Ryan. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Anuno's got it, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Darnold to throw again. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's back to throw. Ebron's got it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Defense.
So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And down he goes just beyond the 35, but that pretty move got him some extra space to run. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Green 39! Green 39!
One last throw down for Darnold, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it